Happy Wednesday to you, and thanks for joining me on the CFM Elite Lifestyle Business page here on YouTube. And then I'll also be circulating my information on other platforms as well. So as you're joining me on the live or replay, do leave a comment below by letting me know your name and where you're checking in from. And if anything resonates with you as well, just say here it resonates with me, and let me know as well if you're a return listener as well, but just using a hashtag return listener. So today the topic is about six social media. It's about social media, but I'm providing you 6 tips basically that can help you in improving your online business. So today I was like really geared up thinking I'm going to improve my lighting. So just bear with me. I think this is as good as it gets for today. Okay, so yeah, as much as you plan a live session, sometimes it doesn't go according to plan. But then what I have is an option here just to adjust my lighting a little bit. Okay, I think that will work. Yes, definitely. Okay, so back to the topic at hand. This is on social media marketing. So why is it essential to improve your social media marketing style? Because it will help. It's simple. It will help your business, and it will also help improve your engagement over time, including connecting with like-minded souls as well that are within your niche market. So again, it's 6 tips. And the first tip that I often notice people missing, especially when I receive inbox messages. So the first one I'm going to provide for you is on the profiles. Do ensure to review your profile, that especially your description. Your description is more about, so this is the basic information. The description is more about how do you help people. People are more interested to know what is it in for them rather than who you are. Yeah, so if you can, even if you include your description, who you are, but always remember the first thing people will look for is what is the added value for me. Then also look at adding links. What I often hear is, I'm not receiving any prospective clients, or I'm spending too much time inboxing people, or could you look at my business idea? So you could actually save yourself time by automating your processes. And how you automate your processes is by including links in your profiles so that some of the work is done on your behalf. So the essential profiles, if you're on Facebook, for example, you would include your business page. Okay, so your profile actually is, when you follow it step by step, it actually provides you that foundation where you can even include where you work, which is your business page, so that when people come to your profile, people love to click things. They can just click on your profile and navigate themselves to learn a little bit more about you. Then also, if you've got like business websites, so that people know what it is you have to offer and it speaks for itself. And then other social media and professional platforms, and let's not forget YouTube, because we're here, aren't we? Okay, so that's the most important. So that is the basic thing about your profile. Oh, let me not forget, your face matters on social media and other platforms. If you're hiding behind some other business, I see people starting up their Facebook personal profile as their business. People won't be attracted to that. Your face needs to be seen so that people can know who is the person behind the brand. If you're hiding, the likelihood is that it will make it tougher for your business. And if you're hiding, it also says something about the business that you're connected to. It may not be aligned with your values, and it may not be something you want to shine or show other people. So if you're hiding, how can other people be attracted to your business if they can't see who you are and if you're not feeling as passionate about your business as well? Even if you're promoting other people's products, the essential bit is about branding you. Then number 2, hashtags. Okay, so hashtags are essential. They are, what did I write before? I was in the cafe and this is the note I made. They are your golden currency for long-time success. Why hashtags matter is that they will attract the prospective people that you want to connect to. So people are navigating on social media, wherever they may be online. Hashtags connect us one way or another. So you can create hashtags for, I use my CFM Elite Lifestyle Biz hashtag, and then I use CFM Elite Businesswoman hashtag, and that is my currency for now and the future. And I'm building up. So anybody who taps on those hashtags is likely to find a history of what I've done and who I am as being an online entrepreneur. So that's where hashtags come in handy. And you also want to use hashtags which are within your niche market and your client avatar, who you've outlined to as your image of a customer avatar, is your customer characteristics, the type of keywords that they would search for online. So for instance, I use hashtags such as entrepreneur, which you see on here, because I'm speaking to entrepreneurs generally, and this includes aspiring entrepreneurs if you're one. And then I'm mainly also speaking to small business owners and women as well. Okay, because that's also like a niche market and umbrella where, as part of my digital marketing venture, I want to be able to connect with as many women as possible. Okay, and that's not to exclude any other business owners as well, but I just have a specific ideal client in mind who I want to attract. So you might be also, it might cover corporate or young working professionals. Those are the hashtags that will guide you. So the tip here is also use Google to look at the top trending hashtags or the top keywords in your niche market. That will also help guide you. Okay, that will help guide you to who you want to attract. So mainly on Instagram, I max out my hashtags, and do not worry or stress about, oh my goodness, how it looks. Obviously on LinkedIn, you want to use fewer hashtags because it's more of a professional site. On Instagram, it said 30. You can use less, but then I have hashtags that are specifically linked to who I want to target as well. Then on Facebook, I also sometimes I will decrease the number of hashtags I use as well. And I use the search buttons on all social media platforms to look at which hashtags my information will be found on, and also which hashtags are trending the most within my niche market, which is digital marketing and internet marketing and lifestyle business. So these are just examples. If that's making sense to you, just put yes, tap yes below, and let me know that you're here, you're present, and you're listening to some of this is resonating with you, and share out as well to any other like-minded souls. So that's about hashtags. And then YouTube as well has now created a space on the top of the description. You will see an example where you can add 3 hashtags. Obviously, some people will go overboard, but to make it look a little bit decent, a little bit more professional, I would say just use 2 to 3 hashtags on the top. So this then also, when people click on those hashtags, it leads to other trending topics. So your video could pop up on the hashtag that they've clicked as well. Okay, and it helps to just niche out your market and to target the people who you want to connect with. On Instagram, I learned, and there's always lessons learned recently, that in your bio, hashtags do not pay you any currency. So what I mean by this is that if you have been adding hashtags in your bio, it can put people off. And also in terms of algorithms, the hashtags in the description do not actually factor or matter for Instagram. So if you have been, the recommendation would be to remove them. And I sourced this information on Social Media Examiner. That's a recommendation, it's not a must. And it also, with just writing your description, it also just attracts people to be more curious about what you do. Then your hashtags, you include them in every description of what you do. When you put hashtags in your bio, what it does is that it takes people away from your page. What you don't want to do is for people to be leaving your page, because they will be curious about, oh, what's this hashtag? You can put a hashtag which links to you. So if they were to click on my hashtag CFM Elite Lifestyle Business, it will take them to my other content. And that's what you want to do. And this is also what I'm going to start implementing here on YouTube as well. So we live and learn. The great thing about digital marketing is that it's ever evolving. So when you open up to like another umbrella, it's good to embrace some of these innovative things to help improve your business as well. Then have I covered everything? I've covered everything. And number 3 in terms of hashtags, so number 3 is cross posting and recycling your content. So what I want to mention here about content creation is, do not shy away from creating your brand story, your brand personality. This is what will attract people to connect with you. The more you veer away by using quotes, it becomes a passive act for most people, because they're not really connecting to what your purpose is, what your vision is, and in terms of your business. If it's just for personal connections and for building relationships, that's fine. But if you're looking to establish a business on social media, it's about what you bring to the table in terms of your vision, your mission, and how you're going to help people. So on your Facebook business page, for instance, creating more of your brand personality helps, and also what you've learned and studied, actually writing it there rather than just being a lifetime student is one of the things that I also talk about. So I hope this is all making sense. And if you're hearing crickets, if nobody's interacting, if nobody's liking, do not fear it, because there's always somebody looking, somebody observing, and somebody paying attention. I've had people stay silent for 6 months in the background watching some of like my content, and I've had somebody come back to me and say, with my email marketing, they've been reading every single email for every day for the year. And it took them a year to come and say this to me, not because they were fearful, but they just wanted to let me know. Okay, so you never know who is in the background. Just continue with the consistency of producing the content, okay, rather than irregular information, because then this also builds your business profile, and it also keeps your information alive and active on the social media platforms as well. Analytics help, and with Facebook it's also changing. What's happened with Facebook lately is, and it's interesting as well, I'm always looking for these little changes with Facebook. When you post on your business page, you can now click the share button and you will see the option. You can see it from my previous posts on Instagram and Facebook, my business page. I'll put the links below. What you do is, when you're on a Facebook business page, when you click share, it now gives you the option to add what you've created, the content that you've created, add it to your story. So you can automatically add that information to your story rather than having to rewrite it in your stories. I am all for that. Isn't that a time saver? Yes. Okay. So the content that you produce for a week, you just upload it onto stories. And then in terms of recycling information, what I also do, just something came to mind, is that the content that I post on social media platforms, I also use that for email marketing and also circulate it to other social media platforms. It just makes my journey so much easier in terms of time management. Time is always precious. Banking it all the time. Okay, so analytics. In terms of content creation, over time you will get to see, even for me, In the beginning, I was seeing no movement of anything like that. Because of the analytics, over time, it builds a story, a narrative. So always look at your analytics on every social platform to see how well you're performing. So on LinkedIn, you can see views, how many people have viewed, how many people have engaged. Even if there's nobody engaging, you can still see how many number of views that people have looked at your content. That actually helps you to know which content to keep reproducing into different themes as well. The same applies to Instagram, the same applies to Facebook. Where you look at your analytics, it tells you whether you're attracting your ideal clients, and it also gives you a clearer picture of, oh, you might not have actually created this client avatar to start off with, but then it's shaping into another avatar who could potentially be your new ideal client based on the characteristics, their location, their likes, and in their content as well. It gives you that information. Then moving to number 4. Oh, I'm mixing things up here. So I covered cross-posting and recycling, I guess, because I'm excited. Okay, so content creation I covered as well. So it was just be creating your brand story. And the one thing that I would like to cover about this is daily practice makes consistency. If you're saying things are not working out, how do you know if you haven't showed up regularly and as often as you want to see the results? If you're not doing anything for a year, the likelihood is that you won't see anything. The long-term sustainable entrepreneurs and business owners are the ones who keep showing up even when you don't see any form of like reaction, even if you don't see any form of comments or any likes. The thing about it is also about improving your skills. It's about improving your knowledge. The more knowledge you acquire, the better. Then over time, you will start to see some shift, some movement of people gravitating towards your information, whether they're doing that outwardly or they're sending you private messages as well, because not everybody is going to be courageous and send and comment. Some people would rather message you on a one-to-one, and that's also fine. I always encourage that too. Number 5, engage in groups. So when you're engaging in groups, it's not about selling. It's more about giving advice. It's about helping people. I often see, here's my link because somebody has said, is there a new business opportunity? The likelihood of that person connecting to you is usually minimal. And I've also heard this expression from people that even though somebody posts, oh, I am looking for a business opportunity, rarely are they contacted after sharing their business information. What you want to be seen as over time as is a person of the knowledge bank, as a person who can be the go-to person within your niche market. For mine, it tends to be around social media marketing, digital marketing, internet marketing. That's where my zone and my focus is. And I apply lifestyle business aspects of it because that's the lifestyle that I'm living right now. And also about mindset, because business comes into, it's a catch-2. You can't do without business. You can't actually operate if you're not refreshing your mindset and developing in that area as well. So engaging in groups is about building relationships with your potentially prospective clients. It's not about the immediate gains, and it's also building collaborative opportunities with other people who are in your network as well, as that may also boost the opportunity for you to actually get recognized by more people that they're connected to. So an example would be, I've contributed to blog sites, I've contributed to webinars, and that connected me to more people by being on a different platform. That's just an example. So then going into the last one is take advantage of systems. Okay, so automated systems. If your time is limited, if you're working 9 to 5 or you're having other tasks to focus on, okay, so that's also why the automated systems help. So I'll just give you 2 that I use on a regular basis, and there's numerous ones that I use. You can look at my Linktree link, where you can access that information should you need to learn more. So Buffer and Hootsuite, you can choose one or the other. Basically, all it does is automate any content ideas that you have onto your platforms, your chosen platform. So it can be Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn as well. Sometimes it only allows two, and then you may have to pay an extra fee to bump up any more social media sites that you want to add. So on your business page, that information can just be going there automatically on your behalf. Then you'd be reviewing the comments and responding to every single one of them, because engagement does help you learn more about people. And then yeah, review comments, and then it's automatically doing the work for you. Also, it helps if you have the financial income to leverage of virtual assistants or social media managers, so that they can manage your accounts on your behalf. That makes your life easier, and then there's more regular consistency in building up like your engagement, as well as improving your social media information over time to attract the right prospective clients. So I hope this information has been of help. Today the plan was to stay on here for 10 minutes. It hasn't happened, but what I'm hoping is that regardless of the time, that you have been able to obtain some key information that you can then implement yourself or take away with you. So I talked about basic profile tips about updating your profile. I talked about hashtags, which was number 2. Then I talked about cross-posting and recycling your content. Then number 4 was content creation. Number 5 was engaging in groups. And then number 6 was to take advantage of systems and leveraging of virtual assistants and social media managers. So what I'll do after this live video, I will write a brief description, and here's a little tip as well. The description that I'll use in my YouTube below, I'll transfer that onto my blog and extend it a little bit, and then I'll transfer it on into my email marketing. Job done. Okay, so I'll leave you here, and I look forward to you joining me next week on Wednesday. On Monday, I'm going to be talking about lifestyle, business matters, and mindset at 7 p.m. On Wednesday, it's at 7:30 p.m. and it's going to be like that. This is the commitment that I've made up to show up weekly to share what I already know and what I'm implementing and putting in place. So do remember to subscribe above. As I look up at my ceiling, there you'll find the link above my description for my live videos. I can't even think straight. I was meant to be having, I've got my mug here with my Algarve Portugal trip, and I'm about to go there soon. Let me take a sip. Okay, talked non-stop. So yes, so do subscribe above and then comment below. I look forward to connecting with you in next week. I was going to say in the near future, but not next week. Bye for me for now. This is me with my lighting on this side.